tell you a couple quick exciting things. I have been endorsed by 8 different groups already, just to name a few. The iron workers, the carpenters, the marshals, let's see, the sheet metal workers, the teamsters, just to name a few. It's very brief time that I've been out there campaigning. I've been getting wonderful response from people. I also want to know that I have the chairman of Naugatuck, the chairman of Bridgeport, and Sonia and Derby. I've only been to 5 places. I'm 4 out of 5. So far, talking to people, I believe, and I will predict, since I'm on camera, that I met with CEA, which is the Teachers Association, also the firefighters and police. I'm almost positive. I know the firefighters, by September 1st, I believe that I'll have the endorsement of firefighters. So we're moving forward, and we're doing very well. I believe the police will come on soon after that, and I have a pretty good shot to get the CEA. But I think the reception out there has been wonderful. We are in very, very challenging times, and I don't have to tell anybody in this room. But Americans have been through these situations before. In fact, I talked to a couple veterans in their 80s and said basically, you kids today, you're going through a tough time. Maybe it's the roughest time since the late 70s. But he talked about, World War I and the Depression and World War II, and talked about how, all they cared about is having something on the table, sharing each other's love as a family. But they never gave up hope in America, and I certainly don't give up hope either. Challenging times, yes. But you know what? Look at what we do here in Connecticut. And I think that's what we don't do enough of what we do as residents of this wonderful state. We have the hands that builds helicopters. Can you imagine that? Human hands building helicopters and submarines. The spacesuits that you see in NASA are made from a Connecticut company. The only fuel cell, we talk about energy, the only fuel cell on the space shuttle is a Connecticut fuel cell that was made and invented and created here by Connecticut engineers. We have more patents than anywhere else in the nation, right here in Connecticut. So we have so much potential. We know it. We are high tech. We're intelligent. What we need to do is market what we do. We've more or less for years have sat on our laurels knowing that we're Connecticut. But in this world and global market that we have, we need to get out and market ourselves. And I think as a governor is a key position to tell people around the world who we are as Connecticut, where we want to go as citizens and where we want to go as a state. And that's what I've been talking about. Connecticut, what's happening? Because of Democratic leadership, if you look around surrounding states, they're all in deficit. Connecticut just came up its 4th year in a row. We just snuck under this one, though, didn't we? We just found out that we ended up 2008 in another surplus. And that's the thanks to people like Paul Davis and Richie Roy, many of the Democratic leaders that sat and worked with Governor Rell. With Governor Rell. Sat together with her, not the other side of the aisle, because they didn't want to participate. We would have loved to. But we sat and worked bipartisan to make sure that we would have 4 balanced budgets, 4 surpluses in a row, and have not raised taxes in 3 years. They need a round of applause for that work. Another thing that we've done, I think very well, is you look at surrounding states that have lost jobs. Connecticut had the first gain in jobs against any of the other surrounding states in June. We actually gained jobs while 47 other states lost jobs. We've actually gained jobs back to where we lost them back in the early 90s. So we're doing some good stuff here in Connecticut. We've got to continue, and that's what I want to do. We did some great programs called Healthy Kids. We got more and more kids under Husky. That was the efforts of the Democratic Party. Another initiative that I worked on and want to continue to work on is called 2020 Vision. This is following a child from preschool and investing in them, and following for the next, now we've been 3 years into the program, the next 12 years, to follow how we track these children, what we call prevention programs. And let me just be brief to explain it. In Connecticut, 97% of the money we spend is what I call reactionary money on kids. We now spend, that's starting in 2005, only 3% on prevention. Our 2020 program, and this was recognized nationally, has been utilized. All I'm saying, over the next 15 years, we don't need new dollars. We can be efficient, more effective with the dollars we have. But let's shift the dollars from reactionary money to preventive money. For example, we want to spend money on the kid when he can't read after 4th grade. All stats show by the time you try to invest in that child, we've already lost them. We want to spend money on kids when they're already in trouble with juvenile justice, and usually we've already lost that child. Or substance abuse, or alcoholism, and we can go on and on. By simply shifting 7% of the dollars over for the next 15 years, which is a huge amount of money, our program says, let's do preschool. Invest in preschool, we know it works. Early reading success, it works. Let's invest in after-school programs. Because if a child, like we have a Boys and Girls Village here, and we have now a Boys and Girls Club that's going to be opening, but we have places for kids that are either in trouble, or a place where kids want to go so they don't get in trouble. And those are the sort of investments we want to make. Let's not be reactionary, let's be preventive. Husky kids, making sure kids have proper dental care. People don't realize without health care, a child ends up in an emergency room, costs us all 6 times the cost if we can give them simple preventive care and dental care and give them access to the doctor. Yes, that's my doctor now. Call him. So 2020 vision has been a good plan, our roadmap to Connecticut economic future, which is our roads, our transportation program. We've led the charge on that, $3.6 billion. If we're going to have the economy grow, we need to get the rail and bridges and the roads not only safe, but places where we can go. And certainly energize Connecticut, something that we started, to making sure we understand that the big oil days are over. We need in Connecticut to use that fuel cell where we lead the nation in fuel cells and invest in our scientists here that are way advanced. We're #1 in the nation on fuel cells. We have buses right now from UTC, 3 buses that run on water. On the right, on fuel cell. We have 12 buses on biodiesel in New Haven right now that run on the fat from McDonald's grease. The only disadvantage of something like that, of course, is you might get a little hungry following that bus. So there's many things we want to work on, and as governor, I want to go out there and talk about all the exciting things. But more importantly is, to wrap it up, is about family. The most important thing to all of us is making sure that our children have a proper education, and as we get our kids have proper health care, and the most important thing is that our senior population is well taken care of, our moms and our dads. So those are the sort of things I'll be talking about out there. I thank you so much for all your support for over the years, for my new friends here. I want to continue to do a good job for you. I promise you one thing, I'll always be who I am. You've seen me now 25 years with you. I'm not going to change, and if I don't introduce my beautiful wife, who's really the speaker of the House. My wife, Carrie, thank you.